Hey Vince, how we
What's up,
doing?
Will? Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Just so I have to apologize to everybody.
Oh,
And here's my apology. The apology is if you hear any noise in the background, that on the other side of this wall is a gym. And sometimes when there's a gym, there's noise. There's medicine balls slamming. And so what you came to today is a real life test lab of marketing in the fitness business. Everything that I'm going to teach you guys today, everything I'm going to show you today has been based around um, really a couple things. One, the experience in my own gym, which I'm going to tell you my story in a second here. Two, the experience that all of the 60 plus members of the SPF Mastermind have had. This is my business coaching group for gym owners. And three, all the stuff I've learned, along the way. So if you hear anything, please accept my apology. But we are alive and kicking. So as I am a consultant and coach to gym owners all around the world, I also still have an active gym that runs, and it serves as the best resource for me to help you, because I'm seeing what's going on. I'm seeing what you're dealing with, and that's why my business coaching group grew during COVID-19, because people were looking for a guy that was, walking the walk. So, well, I appreciate you guys being here today. This is going to be a lot of fun. I have my entire afternoon blocked out until my massage later today. But I'm very, very excited to be here. Thank you guys for coming on a Saturday. I think there might be NFL football today. So if you have NFL football on in the background, hopefully you're able to stay focused. If not, maybe you're just ready to rock and roll with me. So I want to start with a quick story. I was every 4 times a year I work with a mastermind called the CEO Mastermind, and the CEO Mastermind is like my top level guys. A lot of them are doing almost, I think 80% of the group is doing over 7 figures, and they have real estate, they have full teams, they have other businesses. It's just like a really big time group of people. And Joe Hashi, who is a gym owner in New York City that has 3 gyms and is probably one of the best gym owners in the country. And you've probably heard me talk about Joe. But he helps me with the group. He coaches it with me. So he's the head business coach for my mastermind. And he was flying in. So I live in New Jersey, and he was flying into Newark Airport. And he texted me and he said, "Hey, I'll be at your house around 6:30," because he stays at my house when he comes in town. We can talk about life and parenting and stuff like that. And I was in the basement. I best present I bought for my son this year was a Christmas present, was a wrestling mat. So we're in the basement wrestling, and Joe comes down the stairs and he's looking all disheveled, and I'm like, "What the hell's going on with this guy?" And I shake his hand, and his hands are like icicles. They're freezing. And I'm like, "Dude, did you run here from Newark Airport?" And he's like, "Yeah, actually, I did." Now, Newark Airport is 14 miles away. So that's a 14-mile run. But here's the deal. Getting out of Newark Airport in a car is, you're risking your life to do it. On foot, it's suicide. Like, I don't think it's ever been done before. I don't think anyone's ever run from outside of Newark Airport. It's like there's no walkways. You're literally like running on highways where people are driving 90 miles an hour on off ramps. It's crazy. And he ran there. And the other day I was coming home and I was like, "Hey Vanessa, I got to go pick up. I had to go pick up a truck at my uncle's house." And I was like, "How far is it to my Uncle Pete's house?" And she's like, "It was like 10 miles." I'm like, "Oh man, Hashi did 14." So I ran to my uncle's 10 miles. And I haven't run 10 miles in, I don't know if I ever have run 10 miles. And I talked to Will the whole time I was running. right? And I ran 10 miles, and I'm just like, man, I was like, and I would never have done that if Joe hadn't run 14 miles to um to my house. And I'm just like, wow, what came over me that I did that? And here's the lesson here, right? And this is kind of sum up why you're here today, is that you become who you hang around with. You become who you hang around with. And I have become a better gym owner. I've become a better entrepreneur. I've become a better father by hanging around with a high level person like Joe. And today you're here and you're hanging around 40 other gym owners, right? That are, and there's a plan to be a lot more, other gym owners that are taking the day out of their Saturday to be here to learn, to not watch football, to not go eat wings and drink at the bar, to go. And so you should be like, commend yourself on, hey, you showed up today to learn, to hang out with other people, to listen to the questions that other people are asking. And you're going to become who you hang around with. You're going to become who you spend your time with. If you spend your time with people that bullshit around and gossip and watch The Bachelor and, watch all these stupid TV shows and don't read books and stuff, you're going to start thinking like those people. Right? Now, if you watch The Bachelor, I'm sorry. My wife watches The Bachelor too. So I always do that to mess with her. Right? But in reality, this entrepreneurial game that we're playing, right? I'm a gym owner just like you. Right? This entrepreneurial game that we're playing is not an easy one. And hey, if I'm going to play a game, I want people around me that, got my back. I want to have people around me that are going to push me and challenge me and everything like that. So make sure we are on this journey. This is a really, really hard thing to do alone. It's a really, really hard thing to do alone. So I commend you guys for being here. Wonderful job. I'm going to get rocking and rolling. The title of our webinar today is how to get a surge of new clients, charge the prices you deserve, and give yourself a $10,000 a month raise in 2022 and stay till the end of the webinar. And that will be what happens, my friend. So I'm really excited that you right here. Okay, here we go. So here's a gift for you guys today. My gift for you guys today is that I'm going to give you a copy of my book, Unshakable Gym. Unshakable Gym. And it's my most recent book that I wrote. And for coming today, for taking time out of your Saturday, I would like to share this with you. So I appreciate you being here. Will is going to put that link into the chat so you can get access to that. If you have not, do me a favor. I'd love to know where you guys are from. So there's a bunch of gym owners. I see someone's from Buffalo, New York, North Carolina, Canada, Chicago, Illinois, Kansas, Woodridge, New Jersey, Ann Arbor, Michigan. If you could, please type into the chat, New Providence, New Jersey. That's really close to me. That's cool. Long Beach, New York, Cornelius, North Carolina, Danville, California, Virginia, Colorado, Orlando. Type into the chat, where are you from? All you got to do, remember, you're going to get more out of this thing if you participate. I promise you this. You're going to get a lot more out of this if you participate. So Birmingham, Alabama, Massachusetts, Miami, Florida. There we go. Where else? Where else are you guys from? Type into the chat. Santa Barbara, California, Tampa, Florida. Look at this. Jeez, this is unbelievable. So go ahead, type into the chat. Where are you from? You're going to get another Tampa, Florida. Type into the chat where you guys are from. I would love to. Asia. Very cool. Very cool. So this is very exciting that we have people from all over the world attending this program. So I'm very excited for you guys to be here. The chat will be the place where we're going to communicate. So go ahead, and any questions you have, type into the chat. There's a good chance that I'll save the questions till the end, but the chat will be where we're going to participate from. So go ahead, type into the chat. I want to make sure that, oh, there you go. What's up, Dustin? Even some of the mastermind members are here today. Kansas City. Type into the chat, where are you from? What city and state? I want to know. Go ahead. Type into the chat. Don't be bashful. Get into that chat. Um, Sometimes it's just having courage on little things like this on this webinar, right? Having the courage enough to just type into the chat, right? And remember, it's easier if I call on you on a webinar than if I called on you in person for that. So that is mine. So hopefully you enjoy this book. So is this for you? Is this webinar for you? If you're currently doing some form of personal training, you want to fill all your empty spots or open up another location, right? I assume some of you are doing some form of personal training. Some of you might be one-on-one training. Some of you might be small group, which is kind of my bread and butter. Some of you might be doing large group, but I assume, and even if you do own a big box gym, that's fine too. Most of the big box gyms that I've been helping are looking for, hey, well, how do we make more money from our personal training program or department? This is for you if you want a consistent, consistent and steady. Those are the key words. Consistent and steady flow of new clients, but you've always relied on short-term promotions. It's a dangerous game to play, to always rely on a 6-week challenge, to always rely on this. And today I really want to teach you a process that can help you get new clients and help your marketing work year round. You want to recoup the cash you lost from COVID-19. You know that losing clients these days is inevitable, as I've seen on the other side of this wall. I see people leaving and moving. I mean, we have lost so many clients this year from people moving out of state. Like we're in New Jersey and they're moving from New Jersey over to, down to Florida. They're moving from New Jersey to Texas, or they're not going from Jersey to California. I'll tell you that right now. But so if you want to recoup the cash you lost from all these clients, leave me, right? They're inevitable. If you're frustrated that the marketing you used to do doesn't work anymore, that's a big one. When people come to me and say, man, I used to run this challenge. I used to do this. I used to do Facebook. I used to do this. It just doesn't work anymore. And I need a refresher. And a lot of times people are so busy running their business that they don't have the energy or the time to find out what is actually working. So I'm glad you're here to figure that out. So here's what you'll learn today. You're going to learn how to get leads without being reactive. How to get leads without being reactive, so you can have a predictable flow of new members. Most of the time people get stressed and they're like, oh my God, I got to get some new clients. How to build a marketing plan that allows you to run your gym with confidence without depending on a Facebook ad guy. I don't want you to have to depend on someone else. And that doesn't mean you can't have other people. I think you should. But I want you to own this. I want you to be able to own the marketing for your gym and not have to rely on some Facebook, geek to deliver all your leads for you. The goal for today and the goal for really my whole consulting business is that you become proficient in how to get new clients to your gym, that you own that skill. And when you own that skill, man, that's going to be a lifelong thing that you'll love to have. The latest, most current marketing ideas that are working right now. That's important for you guys to know. What is working right now? Because there's some things that don't work anymore. All right. So the latest and most current things that are working right now. What some of America's top gym owners have done in the last year to thrive in the toughest times. Again, I have privy to some of America's top gym owners. I've had guys get offers to sell their gyms for multiple millions this year. I have guys that are opening locations all over the place. I have guys that are exceeding 7 figures in revenue. I have a client that does over $2 million in revenue. There's some of America's top gym owners that I'm working with on a daily basis. And I'm going to give you a slide that tells you exact formula that I used in my own gym on how to get 20 new members in 30 days. It's all going to be on one slide. So get your camera ready for that one. We did that back in October and it was a game changer. I'm going to teach you the exact formula that we use to get 20 new members in 30 days. So why this is important now. Last I checked, we're still operating in a pandemic and a recession. And I'm sure there are people on this webinar right now that have had COVID in the last 7 days. Like I'm almost like 99% sure. We just had a trainer go down with COVID. Half of my family got COVID during the holidays. I didn't get it because I have a rock solid immune system. I always mess with Vanessa, my wife, about that, saying she always gets sick and I never get sick. But we're still operating in a pandemic and recession. We're still getting people that are saying, I don't really want to come to the gym right now. I'm really scared right now. That is still happening right now. And so to combat that, we need to have a model that's profitable, and we need to be able to make more money with less people. And I'm going to talk about that's going to be the main crux of today, right? Is how do you make more money from less people? And how can we create this model that every client you lose should be replaced with 2 to 3? Well, that ain't going to happen without a marketing machine. Now think about that. Like every client you lose, every client that comes across your desk that says, hey, I'm moving. Hey, I want to cancel. Hey, I got COVID. I want to cancel, blah, 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 blah. You need to replace that person. Because if you were marketing just good enough to one, meaning you lose one and you gain one, you're treading water. You're treading water. And that ain't a good place to be in business, especially right now. The market is smaller. Okay, the market is smaller, so changing your pricing strategy is the best way to grow your profits. So you want to make your money fast, just change your pricing strategy. Most of the gym owners I come across that aren't making enough money just have broken pricing strategies. So we'll talk about that. This is important to you now because the at-home or virtual bug is fading. Okay, I believe it is. Now, there are people that are Peloton for life, and they ain't going anywhere. But there's also people Peloton for not life, and there's Peloton for clothes hangers, right? There's a lot of people that bought Peloton bikes during the pandemic that it's hanging laundry right now. And those people have realized I cannot do this on my own. And here's the thing. The story is I have 2 neighbors. One bought a Peloton bike. Both bought a Peloton bike. One uses it every day and will never come back to our gym. The other one bought it, used it 5 times, and now she's back in our gym. Right. So there are people, but I know there's a lot of people out there that the virtual bug, I mean, really, like there are going to be some people that are going to train in front of a stupid ass mirror for the rest of their life. That is true. All right. But there's also a lot of people that bought that stupid ass mirror and bought that Peloton bike that used it for 5 days. And they're like, I ain't doing this on my own. Now, since it's been so long they have been to a gym, the playing field is even. They're probably not going to go back to the gym that they were at before. They might not go back to your gym. But at the end of the day, they're looking for help. And you got to get to them first with good marketing. Okay, that's why this is important now. I believe the gyms that win over the next few years will be great at 2 things: customer experience and marketing. And that's just, there's 2 secrets to run business. Get new clients, keep the ones you got. That's the secret. If you want to write down a recipe, right? Be really good at getting new clients and be really, really good at keeping them. The one thing you got to know is this. Those are 2 very, very different skill sets. Very, very different skill sets. You cannot bank on having a great customer experience and think that that's what's going to get people to come, and vice versa. Right? You can't think that you can have a good marketing plan and a crappy customer experience and think you can outmarket a bad customer experience, because that you can't. I cannot help a gym that doesn't do a good job in the training process. I look at it as that's the food, right? If you go to a restaurant and the food sucks, man, they ain't coming back. So your food's got to be good, and the food is your experience in that critical event of the training session. Boomers, Gen X, and millennials are about to experience the largest transformation of wealth over the next several years. Gyms need to be prepared to offer higher end services. Well, there is a massive transformation of wealth. People that are 50 and 60 years old, their parents are dying. There's a massive transformation of wealth that's going to those people. They're going to want to spend that money, and a lot of them are going to spend it on services like your gym. 2 reasons to stay till the end. I'm going to give you the potential to get access on my exact marketing calendar, in addition to the exact instructions that I use to market Gabriel Fitness, my own gym. Literally, when I hire my marketing manager, I take this marketing department instructions down and I said, here, this is the keys to the vault. This is exactly what you need to market your business, and you can take these 2 resources and pretty much have what you need to do your marketing. So this is me. I'm going to tell my quick story. This is me. I was a fat, inflamed offensive lineman at Temple University. after realizing that I was never going to make the NFL and realizing I was 300 pounds and I really was supposed to be 220 pounds and I was out of shape uh, because I realized I wasn't out of shape, but essentially I would, get tired walking up stairs and I saw 7 chins in the mirror and I was just not very happy with where I was. But so you can see the stark difference. I do have more hair in this picture than I do now. Hence why I wear my hat. But in reality, this is me, and this is kind of what got my start in the fitness industry. I was 300 pounds. I was like, I gotta lose some freaking weight, and I found fitness and fell in love with fitness, and I became a trainer. And before I opened a gym, I was a trainer, and I logged 10,000 hours in the floor training clients. 10,000 hours. You guys all know, you've probably heard that Malcolm Gladwell rule. But I have walked the path, and this is like, I guess what I'm known as. Like, I think I'm known in the industry as the guy that's walked the walk, that's still walking the walk, right? I'm not the consultant that's, sitting in the, rented office and, trying to tell gym owners how to run your business. It's like I'm slinging hash, still doing it. But I've also walked the path of you. Some of you have some of you started at 5 or 6 o'clock this morning and trained 6 hours, and now you're here on this webinar. And I know you're tired right now. I know you're probably feeling it right now, but I want you to know that I know what that feels like. And it's a hard thing to continue to do for a long period of time. And hence, that's why you need to learn how to become a better business person. Right. So I started before I opened my gym, I opened up 5 facilities. I opened up one in the parking lot, actually 2 in the parking lot, one on a field, one in my mom's basement, and one I rented space in the local gym. That was the first year that I started my business. This is like 2007. 2008, opened up my first location, Gabriel Fitness. We ran that successfully for 9 years, and then we expanded. This is us celebrating. I think it was our 10-year anniversary here, and I had just moved into our big space. Right out of 10-year anniversary, we moved into a really, really big new location. And what happened was my dad actually had a stroke. And right when we moved into that new location, now that was a lot of responsibility on me, but my dad had this stroke, and I had to be gone for an entire month. Like, I didn't step foot, and literally just opened this monster facility. I'm like, all right, I needed to be there. And I remember it because it was in the month of August, and my dad was like, in the hospital, and my family's in there, and everyone's crying. It's like, dad gonna die and everything like that. It was a really, really horrible, horrific situation. But I literally didn't go to my gym, not once, in that month of August. And something really crazy happened was we actually started doing better. And I was like, all right, well, this is a little weird. I'm not there at all. I had a team in place, and they took it and they ran with it, and they just killed it. And that was kind of like when I started, right? That's when I started. I started writing books. I was like, all right, I think I got something here. I got something. Well, everyone else, tells me they can't leave their business for a day. And I just left for a whole month, and this thing continues to hum and churn. So I just started writing. I wrote my first book, the one you see right there, the 364 hiring method. I wrote that in the waiting room of NYU hospital while I was helping my family out. And I was just like, holy cow, this is a horrible situation, but it's also creating something really, really great. And that's when I kind of turned my efforts into, all right, I got to teach this. I got to teach what I know. I got to teach what I know about marketing. I got to teach what I know about running a business. And, that led to me speaking all around the country. I've shared the stage with guys like Darren Hardy and Mark Fisher and Pat Rigsby and Todd Durkin and all these, really high names I've been on stage with. I have my own show. The Strength Coach podcast is one of the most famous podcasts ever. It's a 15-year running podcast. I have my own show called Fitness Bees, Business Secrets for Gym Owners on the Strength Coach podcast. I have this is, so I don't know, we're sticking here. Hold on. Sorry about that. There's just some really high-end people that have said some nice things about me, which is cool. But here's the reality. My pride and joy is this group. My pride and joy is the gym owners that I work with. on a daily basis. And I got gym owners from all around the world that I work with on a daily basis that call home to the SPF Mastermind. And this is where we are helping people change their lives as gym owners. So it's my joy. It's my joy to work with this incredible group of people. I talked about the CEO Mastermind earlier. This is my small group. This is the elite of the elite. And we meet and we drink lots of bourbon and IPAs when we go out to dinner after each meeting. It's really fun and do that. I'm a little sticky here on my slides here. I don't know why that's working. But obviously my true joy is the time, right? There's this time I get. This is my family. These are my 3 kids, 10, 8, and 6, my wife, Vanessa. And what being a gym owner has enabled me is the freedom. I've never missed a bedtime. I've never missed a bedtime in 10 something years or whatever. I don't even know how long I've been doing this thing, forever, but I haven't missed a bedtime because I've been able to structure a really, really awesome business that enables me and gives me freedom. And that gives us the time to be able to travel. This is us at Disney. This is us. We took them to Philly and saw the Liberty Bell. If you see the picture of our masks off, right after that Liberty Bell picture in the middle, the guy started screaming at us to put our masks back on because you needed the mask inside. And I'm like, wait, isn't this the Liberty Bell? And we take our masks off to take a picture. I thought that was very funny, right? Not that I'm anti-mask, but like, can you take your mask off to take a picture? Like, but it's just the freedom it's been able to give us a lot of time, and we love. And I'm not, this consultant that's going to show you the pictures of me posing in front of the Lambo and show me, on the vacations at Turks and Caicos. Like, this is what I want my business to help me with. This is like, man, take my kids skiing, take my kids to Philly, take my kids to Disney, and be able to have the time and the low stress to be a great dad. Like, that's what the guys come to me for. That's what I've been able to do, and that's what I help you as well. So quick housekeeping today. Turn off your phones if you can, right? Please, please, please. Seth Godin has 2 rules, okay, for success. 2 rules for success. Excuse me. One is show up, right? So you did that. You're here. 1 is show up. 2, be focused. 2 rules for success. There's your first writer downer, guys. 2 rules for success. Show up, be focused. Please, please, please turn off your phones. If you're spending this webinar, I'm going to go deep into this stuff with you guys today. But if you're spending this webinar, checking Instagram, checking your email, this and that, and I was like, if you get caught on your email in one of our mastermind meetings, it is like a bad day for you. It's a bad day. Now, I can't call you out here because I won't know, I can't see you. But in reality, like when we're in masterminds and we're working and we're focused, and just this last meeting, I caught a guy on his email while we were in a mastermind. It was a bad day for him. It was a bad day for him. But 2 rules for success: show up and be focused. So turn off your phones. We're not going to be here all afternoon, but in reality, let's give this, a solid 90 minutes to learn a lot. Get out a pen and paper, take notes. You can remember stuff unless you have a photographic memory. You don't need to take notes, and turn on full screen capability. So here's the agenda. I'm going to kind of give you my story. Basically, that initial part was telling you who I am. But I'm going to give you my story as the gym owner. Then I'm going to talk about the big problem that you and I face right now. I'm going to go over the 5 pillars of a great marketing plan, and then how you can apply this into your business. So my initial conflict was when I started, a great trainer. I was a great trainer. I loved the training. I had every certification that you could possibly think of. Like I wrote an email, I think, to get you on these webinars, but I wrote an email that essentially was like, hey, I've had like 15 different certifications. When I started, I was like, all right, we should just do a great job. Something's up with my voice today. I was a great trainer that resisted learning marketing. And I was like, when I started, I was just like, man, if I do a great job, these people should come. Like, why should I learn? So I resisted when I first started learning marketing, possibly because I really just when I did try to do it, I was terrible at it. I sucked. And we did well in the beginning based on that, me being a great trainer. Okay. We did well. So, but after a while, we stopped getting new people, right? We got our good core group. We weren't the new game in town. And all of a sudden, it was like this slow trickle of people. And obviously, as your business goes, you are inevitably going to lose people. And that started like some things started getting a little weird. So I was like, all right, I got to start marketing here, I guess. And I started doing what's called squirrel marketing, where I was like, all right, we need clients. So I'm going to go do a little this over there. And we started with athletes. And I'd be like, all right, look, coach, can you send an email out for us? And then, all right, let me go do this free workout. Like, and I was just like, I had no plan. I was all over the place. I was stressed to the gills. Then I was like, shit, I don't want to do this myself. So I hired marketing companies, and they were like, all right, well, you got to get your name out there. You got to get your logo. We got to put your name on the billboards in the or the at the outfield. If you can get your logo on the outfield, then everything's going to fall into place. And it was just these people just didn't know what the hell they were talking about. They charged way too much money. I couldn't afford it. I was going into debt trying to pay for these idiots to help me market my business. I was starting to burn out. Right. I was starting to burn out. And you know that when you try and run a business and you're trying to train all the sessions, which is kind of what I was doing in the beginning, you start to burn out. And here's what happens when you burn out. When you burn out, you make bad decisions. When you burn out, you make bad decisions. So if you're burnt right now, know that you're probably not making great decisions for your business. You owe it to yourself, your family, your team to keep yourself healthy and not burn out. Because when you burn out, you're going to make bad decisions and the business lives and dies with you. Well, then came the parking lot conversation, right? Then came the conversation that was changed the trajectory of my life. I looked and my best friend was helping me with some finance stuff. And I told him, I was like crying in the parking lot. I was like, my checking account was at zero. I had credit card debt piling up. Like seeing your checking account for a business at zero is one of the most worst things in the world. And I had early success and I couldn't believe it had gotten to that point. I had to fire team members because I couldn't even cover payroll. My stress was at an all-time high. And I even had a health scare. The health scare was there's a blood test you can take where you measure the level of inflammation. And I wasn't sleeping. And I was so stressed. The level of inflammation, which is called your CRP, C-reactive protein, was through the roof. The doctor was like, dude, you need to get your shit together. And I was like, dude, I'm a gym owner. I'm a trainer. Like, how is my health in the tank? And it was because of all the stress. So here's the turning point. Like I got that parking lot, I had that honest meltdown I call it the meltdown in the parking lot. And I was like, all right, I have to draw the line in the sand here and get this thing back on track. Right. And I got a mentor and someone that told me that the number one skill I needed to be a successful business owner is marketing and sales. He's like, yeah, you're a good trainer, but in reality, if you don't know how to get new people and you don't know how to charge the right prices and you don't know how to get them into your door, you ain't going to be successful long term. Right. And so that's what he told me. He was like, all right, you got to do this. This is what you got to do. You got to learn this stuff. And so that day forward, I took full ownership over that part of my business, full ownership over the sales and marketing. I studied direct response marketing, which is a certain type of marketing that's different from what the idiots that were teaching me branding were doing. Whereas everything you put out there, every marketing thing you put out there is designed to get some kind of a response, which is a whole new way to think about marketing that I was not aware of. I got crystal clear on marketing my small group program, which I'll talk about a little more instead of 5 other things. At the time, I was like, all right, small group adults. I had athletes, I had post-rehab ACL, I had group classes, I had everything. And I was trying to market everything together. And it was just a nightmare. And we were going through this identity crisis in my business to be able to market. It was just going in all these different directions. And I changed my thinking from marketing from an expense to an investment, because one of the things the mentor taught me was lifetime customer value. And I never really understood and I never even knew what my lifetime customer value was. And he explained to me like, hey, Vince, if someone pays you $500 a month and they stay on average for a year, well, that's $6,000 a year, right? And he asked me, he was like, how much would you pay to get someone to pay you 6,000? And I was like, wow, I'd pay a lot. And I was like hemming and hawing over spending $20 to try and get a new client. And when I learned lifetime value, I was like, oh shit. Like if I can get a $6,000 client, I will spend a lot more. So it just changed my mentality around this, around investing, that you invest in real estate, you invest in the market. Well, are you investing in marketing? Because your investment in marketing, it's like, hey, that's a way better return. If I can invest $100 and then get a return on a $500 a month client that stays for 12 months all day long and twice on Sunday, right? So a lot of this was for me a mindset shift about marketing and learning lifetime customer value. Now today, my gym alone sold over 500,000 small group workouts. That's a true number. And over 13 years and generates over $1 million a year and has been the launching pad for 3 other companies. So I own 4 companies right now. I own my gym, I own a consulting business, I own a marketing agency, and I own a sports performance company. But my gym was the launching pad for all that. And you don't start 3 companies without time. The number one asset that you're trying to get out of your business is time. Yeah, you can make some money by getting in there and hanging in there and slaving away and getting in there. But ultimately, what we're all moving towards is freedom. We're all moving towards time. And you will be able to exponentially increase your own net worth, increase the amount of money you make through having freedom of time. So marketing enables you to have freedom of time. You can learn how to market your business. You can create one good campaign, and that one good campaign can become an asset that you use for the next 10 years. I'm going to talk about some of them today. All right. So my epiphany was, as long as I possess skills in sales and marketing, and I implemented these systems into my business, I could say goodbye to money worries again. And even if shit hits the fan, I'll know I'll be able to get it back. Well, guess what? Shit did hit the fan again. Shit hit the fan again. And I entered COVID-19. I had a gym just like you. We lost a ton of clients just like you. But because I understood sales and marketing, because I had multiple businesses and multiple streams of revenue, I ended up through COVID-19 in a really, really great spot, right? But in reality, this is when we need to lean on the skills and our chops as a business owner. When times are tough, there's a great quote that says adversity doesn't reveal. Was it adversity doesn't adversity doesn't build character, it reveals character, right? So a lot of these gym owners that were going through these pandemics, they got thrown to the wolves by this thing. All right. And I'm happy to say that a lot of the mastermind members that I coached also did very well and fared very well through this as well. But here's the hard truth. Because of COVID-19, the hard truth is there's less people going to your gyms and mine right now, meaning there's less of a market to choose from. Because I'm going to give you the reasons in a second. And the reason, and what we need to do is we need to get better than our competition at finding the ones that will. There's less people out there. And what we need to do is we need to get better at finding the ones that will decide to come into a gym. Okay. And that means our marketing needs to be better. And so here's the big opportunity for us. Let me make sure I got this right. All right. So why the market is more, I don't know, like it's a little glitchy here. Sorry, guys, with my slides. But so here's why the market is smaller. And you know this, right? The market's smaller because there are, as I mentioned earlier, there's people doing virtual training. There's people doing online training. We lost trainers to do online training. There's people moving, as I mentioned. People are building home gyms. We do some Zoom workouts with our clients. And some of these clients have gyms that look just like ours. I'm like, wow, this is unbelievable. I want to come train at your gym. People building home gyms, people deciding not to come back due to just like, all right, they're scared that this is going to be like this forever. Franchises and big boxes got big budgets and they're still opening. There's people that need a change, and there's a massive shift in the labor market, which is, these trainers are peeling off and starting their own online personal training, and they can make it by, having 20 clients and training them online. And some people are following suit. So the reality is the market is smaller. And if you try and play a game like we were playing before, we're getting everybody and playing this volume type of game, you can't, you're not going to win. But there is also, because of all these things, there's a big opportunity for people like us, for people like you and me that own personalized service businesses, right? There's a big opportunity. Now, let me tell you the story. So you all know the story of David and Goliath, right? And the way the story goes is like, it's this miracle that David beat Goliath. Well, if you really know the story, it wasn't a miracle at all. When someone is a slinger, and this is back in, the olden days in the text, and the story is obviously in the Bible, right? But a slinger, what their job was to protect the shepherd, right? Their job was to protect the sheep, right? And they had to be really good with a slingshot to be able to throw the rocks at lions that were trying to eat the sheep. So slingers had to be super accurate, right? They needed to be able to make sure that they can, on a dime, throw this thing 300 yards away and hit this lion between the eyes and kill him. And the reality was, David was one of the best slingers in the land. Goliath was a giant, right? And I think that he had the disease, the gigantism. I think basically they said, and he couldn't even move, right? He was big and strong. And so if you put Goliath versus David in hand-to-hand combat, he's going to kill David in a second. But David didn't play that game. David played a different game. And the game was, I'm going to stand way back here, and I'm going to take this slingshot, and I'm going to hit, and you guys know the story, right? He throws the rock and hits Goliath in the eyes and goes and chops his head off, right? And a lot of people think, oh, upset. No, not an upset. Goliath was a sitting duck the entire time. A sitting duck the entire time. We need to rewrite the story. There's a big opportunity. A lot of people are like, when I see people out, and they're like, oh, how's the gym doing? How's the gym doing? I'm like, oh, we're doing good. The energy's firing off. It's great. Right? Oh man, it must be tough. Oh man, it must be tough. Right? But no, if you play the game that we were playing before, we're probably not going to win. If you play this game where it's a big volume game, we're not going to win. But here's the new game. Okay. Brick and mortar gyms are not dead, despite what the online gurus tell you. We just need to play a new game. Okay. Here's what is happening that's great for you and me. Okay. Here's what's happening great for you and me. COVID caused an average weight gain of 29 pounds, 41 for millennials. That is ridiculous. 41 pounds. And remember, people are looking for help and more desperate, anxious, and stressed than ever before. Okay. They want personalized stuff. A lot of these people that gain 29 pounds or 41, they don't want to stand in front of a mirror, and they don't want to ride a bike. They don't want a cookie cutter approach. So the game for people like you and me that are fitness guys, right? That are trainer guys, that we're trainer geeks, we get into it, right? And we're going to be the ones that hold them accountable. We're going to be the ones that say, hey, you're not coming to the gym. Get your butt to the gym, versus the other guys are like, I don't even care if you don't come, because they're playing this volume game. All right. The gyms that are smaller and more intimate and relationship driven are winning. The gyms that are smaller and more intimate and relationship driven are winning. So this is good for us, because this is probably you. This is probably you right now. That you probably got your little crop of people and they love you. And listen, we're going to build on that. Let's build on that. So you're not dead in the water. We just got to play this new game and not rely on and think we need 500 members to make this thing work. Okay. And in many instances, these people have more cash than ever because they haven't been spending as much money. All right. So the solution is run your business with a more from less mindset. Run your business with a more from less mindset. Okay. Here's the formula for you to make $22,000 per month in personal income with 150 clients. Now, this is possible, and I have people doing it right now. Now, $22,000 is a lot of money. right now. Let me show you how to get it. All right. Let's just say, now I'm not saying that this is the model that you need to use, right? I'm not saying that this is the model you need to use, but this is a model that's a more from less mindset that's focused on personalized service, which I do believe the people that follow me, that's yours. And even if you own a big box gym and you want to grow your personal training department, this is a model that you can take and you can use. Okay. And again, I have many people doing this same model. Like, so you get 150 clients at 500 a month. That's only $41 a session. It's not crazy. All right. You train 75 clients per day, 12 sessions per day. This can be done between 5 a.m. to 12 p.m. You can close the doors. Close the doors at 12 p.m. Go home and have, drink for happy hour. Each full session generates $250 when they have 6 people. Each day generates $3,125 with a payroll of $325, and that's generous at $30 a session per trainer. Create $75,000 a month business at ridiculous margins. Right? It's not a lot of people. 150 clients, 75 clients a day. Okay, this is very possible. Now, you know all this stuff. You know how to coach. You know how to program. You probably know how to deliver a great experience. Hopefully you do. You know how to hire trainers. Well, that's a little more difficult these days, obviously. But here's the big question. The big question is, how can we create a marketing plan that's going to deliver a steady flow of qualified leads to participate in your program at the right price? Remember, $500 a month ain't cheap, right? Now, if you're wondering, you're like, oh, I only charge $100 a month right now. There's no way I can charge 500. Well, there may need to play a different game. If you're charging $100 right now, you may need to play a different game, right? Because if you're charging $100 a month right now for personal training or even group training, you need a shit ton of clients. You need a lot of them. So the big question, how do we create the marketing plan that's going to deliver a steady flow of qualified leads to participate in your program at the right price structure? Can't stress this enough. We got to charge money. Every gym that I've ever worked with that's in the poorhouse had a crappy pricing structure. That's just the bottom line. That's just the bottom line. There's way more people that have a bad pricing structure than a leaking bucket. Most of you guys do a good job. Most of you guys don't have a leaking bucket. So what's the issue? The issue is probably your prices are too low, or the structure of your business is not right. All right. So this is the big question. All right. Now here's the answers. All right. The answers are these 5 pillars of a great marketing plan. All right. And this is what we're going to unpack: how to get the right clients. Pause. Apologize for the glitch. What you should be saying to your prospects, the best marketing tactics that are working right now, how to know if your marketing is working, and I don't know what that last one was. There you go. And how to build this into a predictable system. How to build this into a predictable system. All right. All right. So who buys personal training? Now, when I say personal training, this could be one-on-one. This could be small group training. This could be large. I'm assuming most of you are boutique type gym owners. You got 2,000 to 5,000 square feet on Main Street, and you're looking to grow your business. People over 40 typically are buying this. Now, if you have clientele that are, I'm not saying you can't, it's funny, like people take this so literally like that. Oh, well, if you train 40 plus, can you not take someone that's 39 and 6 months? Like, no, that's fine. Like, it's just like, but in reality, people that are over 40 are going to have the money. They're going to have the money to pay the type of money you need to grow a great business. People with disposable income, people that expect results. These aren't the people that want to show up and just have some kind of a a place to work out or equipment to use. These are people that want to get results. They want to feel better. They want to move better. They want to move stronger and move longer. People that value education, people that want to be so great, people that value education, man, when you teach them stuff that you know, man, what a really cool thing that they feel connected to you and they feel smarter because they're part of your gym. That's retention right there. And you need the marketing plan to attract those kinds of people because those people spend money and they stay. People that want to be around other great people and people who want their status elevated. Is it, I'm not tooting my own horn, but it's a status thing to train at my gym. right? I was like, oh, you train at Gabriel Fitness? Oh, I heard they're the best, right? And that's what you need to develop. Okay. Um, so number two, where are we at here? Okay. I am sorry, guys. I'm a little glitchy right now. All right. So number one is, I apologize. I totally went out of order there. I got to fix this for next time. Number one is getting the right clients. So the first one is we got to focus on getting the right people. We got to focus on getting the right people. So I'm going out of order here. But the most profitable decision I ever made was time to focus on adults age over 40 to 60. That was the most profitable decision. I said at the beginning, I was kind of all over the map, right? All over the map with who I'm working with. I'm working with kids. I'm working with this and that. When I decided to focus on this one group of people, now I'm not saying this is the group of people that you need to focus on, but what I am saying is you need to focus. And this was the most profitable decision I ever made. It's way easier to market your gym when you're talking to a very specific person. Okay. When you're for everyone, you're for no one. All right. So only market to one single market at a time. Okay. And now structure your business around being the best gym in the world for those target market. Right. If people walk in your gym and you're like, oh, we're perfect. My least favorite thing to hear is like, we're for everybody. That's like the worst thing in business that you could potentially say is we're for everybody. No, we are not for everybody. There should be some people that come into your gym. Like there are probably people that come into your gym that might be like really in shape and fit, and they might come into my gym. It's like, oh, these people are kind of old. They don't really move as well, and they're not doing kipping pull-ups, and they're not doing muscle ups, and like this is kind of weak. They're doing reverse lunges over there. Well, those are not the people that I want. Like I could care less what they say. But when I come in and there's a person that has, there's a bunch of people that are 50 years old and they're looking around like, oh, that guy looks just like me. All right, well, he's doing some dumbbell rows with the 50. And I'm like, I think I could, that's really about like that's what I want. Right. And that's kind of how you have to market. All right. So who buys personal training? I apologize. I went already over this. Let's go to the next slide. All right. So number two is the second thing is your marketing message. Right. So the first one is who you got. Who are you targeting? Who is that person that we're going after? Your message is, what do you say to them? And lots of people screw this up. Okay. The most important thing about marketing to know is not to market the features of what you do. All right. So whether you do small group, whether you do large group, whether you have, this kind of equipment or that kind of equipment, one of the biggest mistakes you can make in your messaging and talking about yourself is talking about what you do. Talking about what you do. It's a huge mistake and people don't know any better. That's what they do. All right. In reality, you're in the business of grabbing people's attention. And a kettlebell, and I had this happen to me, and I had this marketing branding company that I hired many, many years ago. And he started taking pictures of kettlebells in the gym. I was like, what are you doing, bud? And he's like, oh, I'm taking pictures of kettlebells in the gym. And I was like, oh, interesting. He's like, yeah, we're going to use it for our Facebook ads. I was like, wow, that's great. All right, we're just going to show a kettlebell and it's going to grab people's attention, right? You got to understand what people are paying attention to. And that's what needs to be in your marketing message. And marketing message is what you're saying, right? Marketing doesn't work because it promotes who you are and what you do. Most marketing doesn't work because it promotes who you are and what you do. It's not about you. It's not about the training. The marketing needs to be about them. They need to be able to see themselves in your marketing. This is a complete mindset shift around marketing. Okay. The people that we market to have problems and they want them solved. That's a writer downer. And that's something that you just got to understand is that your marketing needs about the problems that people have. They want them solved. No one lays awake at night saying, man, if I could just find a trainer that does small group training, man, if I could just find a HIIT workout. No, they're laying in bed and they're looking at it. It's like, why is my wife not attracted to me anymore? Right? That's the problem, right? Or they go and they button their pants, go to button their pants. They can't button them anymore. Like that's a problem, right? And this is the things that we need to be talking about. And now this is a learned skill, and you don't go out and say, "Hey, do your pants not button anymore? Does your wife not want to, blah 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 with you anymore?" Like, no, that's not the way to do it. And there are ways to do it, but the reality is, a good marketing message speaks to the problems that people have. Not that you have kettlebells and you do kettlebell swings and your trainers are certified, which is what most of the marketing is happening these days. Okay. You got to focus on saying things your market wants to hear and make offers that are hard to resist. All right. Then what does your market want to hear? Okay. Now think of it like this. Think of this webinar, right? Most of you coming to this webinar, you want to hear me tell you how to market your gym better, right? Do you want me to tell you that, hey, I'm a coach and I'm a gym owner and I work with, no, like you want to hear that, you want the stuff, right? You want the stuff. And what was the offer? The offer was, hey, come on here for free and spend the afternoon with me for free, right? Well, that's hard to resist. There's no risk in you being here today. All right. And that's why so many of you are here on a Saturday on NFL, NFL weekend of why you're here. All right. So is it your number two is your message. So what should you say? All right. If you shouldn't say all those things, what should you say? Well, you should tell them about people like them that got results that they want. And as I said before, the guy in the picture that's looking at your marketing, he wants to see the 50-year-old guy that looks just like him. And you want him to say, well, yeah, if that guy can do it, I can do it too. Versus you showing a picture of yourself or you showing a guy with six-pack abs. It's like, that never happened for me. They want to see themselves. All right. So one of the big things you talk about is showcase your results. Your Google reviews are some of the best marketing that you've got. What are people saying? Showing people that got results. That's some of the best marketing that you have access to. You should talk about what's happening in their life, like right now. Show empathy toward their current reality. What is it like living in a community with COVID? What was it like back in the day when were stuck inside their basement? Right? You got to understand what's going on in their life right now. So empathy is one of the most important things to know in marketing. Right? And empathy is not sympathy. Empathy is understanding their situation and putting yourself in their shoes. Sympathy is just feeling sorry for themselves and having pity on them. The definition of sympathy is having pity to one's misfortune. You should never pity people. Never have sympathy. Maybe have sympathy when someone dies. Okay. But if you want to get success in marketing, you need to have empathy. You need to understand what their current reality is. And then you need to speak and write about that current reality. And their response to that is, all right, this person gets it. And they're trusting you because you understand them and you get them. And you're speaking about the conversation that's already going on in their minds. That's probably one of the most game-changing marketing pieces of marketing advice I could ever give you is you must enter the conversation already going on in the prospect's mind. Right? You should talk about the problems they face on a daily basis and ones that keep them up at night. And you should make a lot of offers and give them a chance to check you out. I love these people that send emails and they're like, all right, yep, see you tomorrow. Thanks. All right. And there's never anything to do. Like, no, you should be like saying, hey, do you want to take the next step? Click this link, reply to this email, go here. All right. Your marketing message needs to include offers. Give them something to do. Always. That's the whole direct response mantra. All right. Give them stuff to do. All right. When your message is right, people will say this: I feel like you're speaking directly to me. Your message will be the one they remember that day. How many messages are these people getting a day? How many emails are they getting? Why would they remember yours? Well, that's what you got to ask yourself. Before you send that email out, you got to ask yourself, will they remember this one? All right. And people will know your gym is different than the rest. When your message is right, these three things will happen. All right. Okay. So part number 3. So we have who are we marketing to? we have what the marketing message is. And part 3 is the tactics. The tactics are, what do we use to get the message out? Now, this is where most people focus on, right? I need a new tactic. I need a new Facebook ad. I need to do this. I need to do that. And the reality is, while this is good and these are very useful, without a good strategy, which is the first 2 I just talked about, the tactics are almost useless. Because think about it, if you're running Facebook ads to the wrong market, it ain't going to work. Or you're running Facebook ads to the wrong geographics, ain't going to work. So it's not a Facebook ad. It's a Facebook ad combined with the right strategy. Okay. So tactics are the ways that you get your message and your offers into the minds of your target market. Now, very important question, where should you be marketing? And the answer is wherever your target market is. You should be marketing wherever your target market is. Now, don't take that literally, but if your clients go to Starbucks, you should have a sign up at Starbucks. If your clients read the newspaper, you should be marketing in the newspaper. If your clients are on Instagram, you should be marketing on Instagram. If your clients are on TikTok, you should be marketing on TikTok. You should learn how. All right. But that's it. Like, where should you be marketing? What should I be doing? Well, that wherever your target market is. So start to think about, where are they? Are they reading this newspaper? Are they reading this publication? Are they watching this TV show? Are they watching? Wherever they are, that's where you should be. All right. To the best of your ability. And that is accomplished with the marketing glove. All right. That's accomplished with the marketing glove. And the marketing glove is my visual. It's my tool that you need 5 things going for your marketing. 5 things going in your marketing. Okay. The only bigger danger than doing no marketing is to have only one way to generate leads. And this was this happened back in 2016 when the Facebook conundrum was going on. And all of a sudden, Facebook worked so well and everyone put all their stock into Facebook and they did nothing else. And then all of a sudden, Facebook stopped working and people were like, oh God, what do I do? That's exactly when I started consulting, because I always got clients from multiple methods. I never relied on one method. All right. And the marketing glove is your reminding officer to have multiple ways to attract new people. Okay. It's 5 or more ways that your business generates leads. Now, if you're doing 1 right now, go to 2. If you're doing 2, go to 3. But one of the secrets to consistency is more. And even this question was asked at the mastermind the other day. It's like, I want to get more clients consistently. And I was like, well, simple. The answer to the consistency is more fingers on the glove, right? More fingers on the glove. You want a broad range of your marketing so if one stops working, you're not going to 0, right? It's like an insurance policy for your marketing department. Okay. So this is a sample marketing glove for, say, small group training, but this could be applied to any of yours, is email, an optimized website and SEO, print marketing, joint ventures, and Facebook ads. Right. So let's just say that you are doing a couple emails a week. You have a really good website where SEO is driving more people to the website. You doing print marketing, every week or month, you have something in the newspaper, you have some create strategic alliances, and you have Facebook ads running. Well, you should be able to look, and every week or month, say, all right, we got, leads from each one of these things. I think of how strong that is. I think of how powerful that is. And maybe it's not something that will happen for you overnight, but this is where we need to go to strengthen our business and strengthen our marketing. Okay. So how to get 20 new members in 30 days. I told you guys I was going to show this slide. So this is an exact formula, an exact recipe that we use. We ran a challenge at GFP in October, and we had a goal of getting 20 new members in 30 days. And this is exactly how we got them. Okay. So we built some kind of a landing page. And it was like some kind of a challenge. I can't remember exactly what it was called. So we built a landing page for that, and it captures their email and phone number. We created a sequence of emails over 14 days, and we got 3 clients from that. We called and texted former clients to come back and join the challenge. We got 4 clients from that. We put an ad in the local paper driving to a landing page. We got 3 from that. We posted daily on social platforms that drove to the landing page. We got 2 from that. And we ran an ad on Facebook at $100 a day it was only like a couple weeks. And we got 4 from that. And we did a referral thing where current members get it free if they bring a friend. We got 4 from that, right? And so you can see the marketing glove working on this is 20 new members in 30 days, but this is kind of what happened. This was the things that were going on. It wasn't we ran a Facebook ad and we got 20 new members, right? Now that is a possibility, but this is how you're going to start marketing your business and strengthening everything when you're using these multiple methods. So maybe take a picture of that slide. So next time you do something like this, you can kind of follow this model and use it. Okay. Now, part number 4 is your marketing scoreboard. Your marketing scoreboard. And this is how you know if your marketing is actually working. Okay. So here's the 5 parts of a great marketing system. We got who it's for. What do you say? Right? What do you use? What tactics do you use? And then how do you know if it's working or not? Well, scoreboard is just your measuring stick. The number one thing to ease your marketing frustrations is data. The number one thing you need to ease your marketing frustrations is data. It tells you if you're winning or losing. Okay. Most people get anxiety about marketing because they have no idea where the problem is. Some people say, oh, I'm using Facebook and Facebook sucks. And it's not working anymore. Well, a lot of times they just don't know the data. They don't know how much they're spending. They don't know how much it costs them to get a customer, right? They might be making a ton of money and they might stop Facebook because they think it's not working because they have this feeling. Let me tell you this, one of the worst things you can do is go by feeling. Data is the truth teller of your business. Data is the truth teller of your business. You will be much less stressed if you just embrace the reality and the truth of your business, because anxiety comes from unknown. I don't know. So you have anxiety about it. Versus if you know the issue, it gives you the control and tells you what to focus on. It's kind of like flying a plane without a dashboard, right? Would you want that pilot to not have any of those little dials on there that tells us how fast he's going, tells him how long to our destination? No, you want all that shit. You want the pilot having all that stuff because it tells you if you're winning or losing. Right? So here's a sample scoreboard. The goal of, let's say we have these 3 things: leads, trials, and contracts. So leads is how many people raise their hand. Trials are how many people bought some kind of a 30-day membership or a consult or whatever. And then how many contracts, how many people signed it on the dotted line and paid you money. You should have a goal and you should have what actually happened. And every week you should sit down and be like, all right, this is what happened. And it will give you, it will liberate you. It will give you so much freedom in your life and in your business when you sit down and actually look at the numbers on a regular basis. So many businesses don't do this. The biggest mistake is thinking you're too small for this. The biggest mistake is thinking, oh, it's just me. And no way. No way. This needs to start. You got to start good habits early. Okay. So that's a sample of what you can use. All right. Now here's how to go from 80 to 160 members in 12 months. Okay. 80 to 160 members in 12 months. All right. So in order for going from 80 to 160, what do we need? We need 80 members. Okay. If we divide 80 by 12, that's 7 members a month. Not too bad, right? Well, there's a thing here called attrition, which we all have. Okay. So you factor that you're going to lose about 3% of your clients each month, which is about 2 a month. So if you take 3% of 80, that comes to about 2 a month. So really, to make up for the loss, you got to get 9 new members a month. So to go from 80 to 160, you need 9 net new members a month. Hopefully you're following me. If you're not following me, type into the chat. You need 18 people to try your gym every month. Okay, so from those 9 members a month, we want to try and get 18 people to come in and at least try it. And then you need 36 leads to get those 18 people to try it. That's based on a 50% conversion rate. So 36 leads, 18 people to try it, and 9 new members. That if you can do that every month, that gets you from 80 to 160. Now, remember I said scoreboard, we're going to look at this weekly, right? Because you don't want to wait till the month. You got to look at this weekly. So if we divide 36, 18, and 9 by 4, all right, that gets us 953. So your weekly business plan, your focus as you're going through your day and your week, in order to have the lead flow working and the sales machine working, hopefully at the right prices, is 953. 9 leads, 5 of them coming for trials, 3 of them sign up. And if you do that and you focus on that, that's a very, very doable thing. You're going to do really, really, really well. Really, really, really well. It's a very possible thing when you break it down into the numbers. Okay. Here's a testimonial from one of our members who went from $1 million in debt to a $60,000 cash cushion. That's an absolute true story. He would come on this webinar and tell you, he's a very lively cat. He would tell you that. Okay. So this is where the fifth and the most important part of the marketing plan comes in. So I want to make sure, I'm going to break for a second, and I just want to see, type into the chat. Type into the chat. Give me one word on how you're feeling right now. Like, are you feeling excited? Are you feeling overwhelmed? Are you feeling filled with anxiety? Are you feeling hopeful? Are you feeling, just one word? What do you I want to make sure that you're out there. Now, I know a ton of you are on this call, so like almost nobody has left. Usually these webinars, usually these webinars fired up. That's 2 words. Very good. Someone is interested, hopeful. Yeah. So hopeful is great. Optimistic is great. We want to make sure that, people are excited about the future of this thing. I mean, it's like, there's a lot of good stuff. Caffeinated. Yeah, there we go. Energized. Very good. So a lot of good participation today. Focused. Very good. Yeah. Yeah. No, there's a lot of really cool stuff coming, because we're going to get into the last part, right? We're going to get into the last part. Inspired. That's a very good one too. Inspired is a very good one. Excellent. So let's lock and load into the fit. Thank you guys for all those comments and typing into the chat. Okay. So the fifth and most important part of the plan, right? So let's recap. We got who we market to. We got what do we say to them. We got the tactics that we're going to use. And the fourth piece was, how do we keep score? Now, the fifth part of the marketing plan comes in. This is where we are looking at creating a marketing system. Okay. Now, there's 3 parts of a marketing system. Okay. System 1 is attraction. All right. Getting them to contact you. Right. That's it. This is people raising their hand and saying, boom, I'm interested. Okay. System number 2 is getting them to come in the door. Right. So it's one thing. How many of you are frustrated by people that just, you get leads, but then they don't show up? So system 2 is a nurture system. And then system 3 is your conversion system, getting them to buy at the right prices and buy more often. Right. This is what we want to help you install into your business. Okay. We want to help you install these 3 systems into your business. And when you can install these 3 systems into your business, everything is going to fall into place for you. So let me go over these 3 systems quickly. Okay. So the attraction system. Okay. This is the strategy and the tactics you use to get to say, there was someone to raise their hand and say, I'm interested. So a lot of you think marketing is just lead generation. Marketing is not lead generation. Marketing is the 3 systems I just mentioned. It's the attraction system, it's the nurture system, and the conversion system. The first part of marketing is getting someone to say, I'm interested, is generating a lead. Okay. The next thing is success is driven from being able to write and speak words that move people into action. This is the most important part of your attraction system. If you can learn how to write through email, through Facebook ads and all these stuff, and then speak through YouTube videos, through podcasts and all these things, and you can move people into action, your attraction system is going to be lights out. And using direct response over branding. I've talked about that a lot. A lot of people are kind of spreading their logo out and spreading their word out of branding. It doesn't work, guys. And I'm going to teach you the difference between the 2. And that's the secret to a profitable attraction system, is using direct response, always making sure that there is a response. Okay. The first piece in your attraction system needs to be a website that's not a black hole. A website that's not a black hole. You need a good website. All right. And most people focus on how pretty their website looks, not how it actually converts. The secret is to get your website to convert visits into clients. That's the beauty of a website. And Will is on this call. He is a master expert on websites. Like, he knows how to look at a website and he knows to say that's going to convert and that's not going to convert. He is the master, right? But that's the secret. You want your website, you want people to visit your website, and you want to convert them into clients. You don't want people to go to your website and be like, oh, that's a really nice website, because that's not going to make you any money. Okay. And your site must be optimized. That should say 2022. Typo there on my end. All right. Your site must be optimized. All right. Number 2 is email. Now, email is dead. Don't use email. All right. Most hogwash thing that's ever been said. Right. You can make tons of money in your marketing through email. Okay. Imagine you fill the 6-week challenge with 22 people with email alone. No ads, no nothing, just emails, promoting a 6-week challenge. Got 22 people, 60 of them signed up. $5,000 membership each. Okay. Surge grad Will Matheson brought in well over $31,000 from one 9-word email. $31,000 from one email. All right. So this is something you want to understand and want to use, and a lot of people don't know. Facebook ads is sometimes I knock on them, but honestly, Facebook ads are working well right now for us. So I kind of have, like, a lot of times in the past, I've bashed Facebook ads, but they're actually working so well right now. I definitely think it's something. Here's the thing. It's not something we never stopped doing, but the results were tough. But the reality is, if you start to learn the new tactics and start to, you always got to have someone that knows their stuff, that's kind of techie, that knows these things. But this is a viable source of your attraction system. And the thing I like about Facebook ads is 2 things. One, it gives you good data. Right? It gives you really good data. And 2, you know what's happening, right? You actually know what's happening because you can go to sleep and you can wake up with leads, right? It's always working and it's always there. Okay. So Facebook is a helpful tool. All right. Joint ventures, going out and creating relationships in your communities. You can generate leads through there. This is Joe Hashi, one of our members I talked about earlier. He got like almost 100 members from one joint venture from a hospital. Like, incredible stuff. Okay. Sorry, guys. A little glitch here. Newspapers. Believe it or not, we are using newspapers in marketing right now. And I talked about them earlier, but these are ads. These are legit ads that we have used in the past, year, right? We literally just yesterday submitted our newspaper ads for February. Like, we're still doing this, and this is working. A lot of times people think that, print is dead and you wouldn't waste your money and wouldn't waste your time. But hell, if your clients are reading the newspaper in your community, then you should be probably marketing in the newspaper, depending you can do it well. All right. Grassroots stuff. All right. You're going out to your local communities, right? Going out and getting the table at the 5K. Are you going out and doing, all the things that you need to do in your community? You're being a good person in the community. That's going to get the word out about your business. This is all stuff that needs to be involved, in your attraction system. Okay. SEO and Google. All right. SEO and Google. All right. Here's the thing about Google. It's the largest search engine in the world. When someone wants to join a gym or someone wants to hire a personal trainer, what do? They go to Google. And what do? If you Google your name, or they Google personal trainer by me, if you're using Google ads and you're using SEO, there's a good chance that stuff's going to come up. Good luck if you're on page 2. You might as well not be on the internet. So you got to be optimized at Google. All right. One of the things Will always teaches is your Google My Business profile that needs to be optimized. All right. But you got to be using this stuff. All right. Magazines. We've had great success with being on the cover of several magazines. Now, look at the difference between this one, the one on the left, it's got the turkey on it, and then ours. All right. One uses a great headline and a good story and calls to action. There's a link on the bottom, gfprecipes.com, link to a book. Like, this one magazine alone generated like 80 leads from a recipe book. Amazing stuff, right? So that's all stuff that can be involved in your attraction system. Okay. Now, number two is, all right, once we generate the leads through multiple methods in your attraction system, now we got to like, all right, how do we get them in the door? How do we get them in the door? Because I will tell you this is one of the reasons why nurture systems are so important is because of fear. Now, I'm going to tell you this. I started jujitsu last year, and I never had done jujitsu in my life. I've never fought in my life. I've never done anything like it in my life. And I will tell you this. When I went the first time, I just went, and I went on the first day, and I was absolutely embarrassed because I didn't even know how to do the warm up. They're using all these terminologies. They're like closed guard. I didn't know anything. And I felt like stupid. I felt stupid. I felt embarrassed and I felt stupid because I didn't know anything. And then all of a sudden they started doing cartwheels and rolls. And like, I haven't done this stuff and I'm 42 years old. Right now, I'm still in decent shape, but I'm not like used to that stuff. And I got there and I was like, I honestly got really, really discouraged. And what they should have done is they should have had some kind of a process, or either a phone call or some kind of intro period where they didn't throw me into the fire, but understand that a lot of people have the same fears about your gym. That they click the ad, they click the Facebook ad, and they click the email, and then all of a sudden it's time to go. And it's like, oh man, well, I'm scared of shit right now. Are they going to make me run on this treadmill and make me run until I puke? So your nurture system needs to bring down the fear of these people, right? Human beings are indecisive, right? Human beings are indecisive. If you just understand and market your business knowing that human beings are indecisive, you're going to not have this anxiety about people not coming in, right? I'll give you an example. Some of you have probably been on my webinars before. Some of you have been on my emails list for a long time. And some of you have seen my program, the 6-week new client surge, and my mastermind and stuff. And I realize that some of you are not clients of mine yet. Now, I don't get discouraged about that. That doesn't discourage me because I understand that human beings, just like you and me, are indecisive, and it might take you 7 to 10 times. So if you don't join me in the 6-week surge today, right, as I talked about earlier, then probably the next time you will. And I'll go home and hang out with my family and, be totally fine because I just realized it's not me. It's just people are indecisive, and it takes 7 to 10 times for people to make a decision. All right. Not having a nurture system leaves serious money on the table. If I don't have a system to get you back, now I'm going to run one of these webinars again. Right? I'm going to send you more emails again. I'm going to give you another chance to join us. All right. But if I didn't do that, I'd be leaving serious money on the table. Understanding this makes anxiety about people not buying disappear. Okay. So in your nurture system, you need a list. In your nurture system, you need a list. The list is your business. Your list of the most important and valuable assets you own as a gym owner. Okay, so you have to start looking at your email list, the list of phone numbers you have. The list is your business. And you got to understand you can't have a nurture system without these lists of people. Okay. And the final piece is your conversion system. And your conversion system consists of it's where the marketing department meets the sales department. All right. Conversion system is where the marketing department meets the sales department. All right. An attraction system without a sound conversion system is like having a great quarterback, but no receiver to throw the ball to. Okay. That's kind of what it's like. All right. Man, this is ridiculous. This system ensures that you get a return on your investment, money spent on ads and staff. Here are the 6 keys to money printing in terms of your conversion system. This is what you need. 1 is you need a good consultation. 2, you need some kind of a test drive. 3, you need the right pricing strategy. 4, you need an upsell strategy, a back-end sales strategy, and your referral machine. These are the things that are going to make your conversion system. So you got attraction, nurture, conversion. Okay. Those are the 3 things. In conversion, you need to have these 6 things lined up in your business. Now, here's kind of what it looks like. All right. Let's just say we get 12 leads a month with the attraction system. So our attraction system's working. We got, people coming in through Facebook ads, people come in through emails and everything of the like. Okay. And let's say our nurture system is robust and solid and strong, and we sell 6 trials. 6 of the people come in and buy trials. And let's just say we turn 4 of those people into new members through a good conversion system. And let's just say our example is $400 a month because we're doing some form of personal training or something along the lines, and they stay an average of 12 months. So the average monthly spend is $400. They stay 12 months. Each client is worth $4,800. Well, 4 members a month, that's 1 member a week. 4 members a month with these economics. And again, these are strong economics, right? And that's why I said the pricing matters so much. 48 new members a year equates to 230,400 new revenue. 230,400 in new revenue from 1 member a week, 4 members a month. This is very, very possible, guys. And this is what you got to think. Like sometimes you're thinking, I have to get these blanket big blitzes of clients. No, you just need to be consistent. 1 member a month. Every one of you on this call can say, yeah, I can get 1 new member a month. Absolutely. So you're 1 client a week away. You're 1 client a week away from adding 230,400 a month. Now, there's people that are doing this, right? Here's an example. One of our members went from 221K to 394K in 12 months. Okay. Eric Driver, one of our flagship members, went from 80 to 160 clients in 6 months. He did it really fast. Kyle Newell, here's one of our members that got the 2019 Business Owner of the Year, doubled his business. George McGuire doubled his business. This is Kyle Newell, who got his gave us a use of his profit and loss statement, and he went from 33K a month to 55K a month. Never in a testimonial have I ever seen a profit and loss statement, which I thought was pretty cool. So these kinds of results are possible, and it's the system that sets you free, guys. It's the system that sets you free. It's a predictable, reliable, consistent marketing system. That's the key to results like this, right? So most of the testimonials I'll give you are not from what happened in 3 weeks, which is most of what you see on the internet. I got this amount of leads in 3 weeks, or I got this amount of, and they don't talk about clients, they talk about leads, which is great, but leads don't put money in your bank account. So the reality is what you want, and the people that follow me want stability, want long-term growth, want effective businesses and good businesses that keep them stable for the long haul, right? That's what people come to me for. So the question is, do you want me to help you implement this kind of a system into your business in 6 weeks? Because that's really all it takes. So let's talk about you. You want to recoup the cash you lost from COVID-19. You know that learning the skill to drive cash will give you more certainty and security in your life. You know that implementing a complete marketing system into your business is the missing link for the consistent flow of money into your checking account. You know that much of the current landscape of COVID-19 is out of your control, but installing a system to make money is your best chance to win. And you know, if you probably went back and tried all of this that I talked about today on your own, it's possible, but you're most likely to hit roadblocks and have a lot of questions. So this is where the awkward pauses come in. Oh my God. Okay, so I introduced to you the 6-week new client surge in the new economy COVID-19 edition. And it's funny because I feel like I've been doing this way too long, but the surge is my flagship marketing program. So Surge gives you the marketing machine for your business so you can finally own the control over the lead and cash flow to your gym. All right, that's what it is. It's installing a marketing machine, right? The Surge gives you the most valuable money-making skill you could ever acquire, marketing, and you'll have it for life. And remember, marketing is understanding this attraction system, nurture system, conversion system. That's what I'm talking about when I'm focused on marketing, okay? And you'll have it for life. And this is something, like I told you guys, this is a skill. I want to give you this skill. So whether you own a gym or whether you own an ice cream shop, you're going to be able to understand this stuff and grow your business. So here's the structure of the program. We meet weekly for 6 weeks. All of them are live coaching sessions. So this is not like an automated type of thing where, you're just going to get videos and it's, just no, you're going to get me just like this live once a week for 6 weeks. There's going to be ongoing coaching and support for 6 weeks as well. So in between the modules and in between the videos, you'll get access to myself and my staff to be able to do this. There'll be homework. So we'll give you assignments, and most of the assignments are kind of like you installing stuff into your business. So it's not just like busy work. Like the stuff you do is going to be really, really important for you to be able to implement into your business. You're going to get boatloads of tools and swipe files and sample ads, and you'll have lifetime access to the program. Full disclosure, I do this. Okay. Everything that I teach in this program, I do myself. I teach myself. Dave Ramsey has a quote: "Don't take advice from someone that doesn't walk with a limp." Okay. Now look at that face. That's a face that's gone through some challenges and stress and times in his life where I've had, some problems, but hey, I've been able to come out on the other side and do pretty okay. Okay. So you're joining some kind of a program that's going, you're with someone that's going to walk the walk, in addition to all of my staff members that help me with this as well. Okay, so the Surge is for you if you want a complete system to market your gym that brings you highly qualified leads, highly qualified buyers instead of dead leads. The Surge is for you if you want immediate access to the marketing strategies and tactics that are working right now, even in a recession and a pandemic. Surge is for you if your marketing is weak and you want to strengthen it. If you're frustrated that the amount of money you're taking home from your gym right now, and you can do better, like you're working hard, but you want more and you want better. Well, the right place to start is a better marketing machine. And kind of like what I said earlier, you're not the quick fix type of gym owner, right? You're kind of tired of all the smoke and mirrors out there of people selling you these high ticket programs and all this stuff like that. Hey, I'm going to be honest with you. When you work with me, like I make you do the work. Like I'm not saying this is going to be easy. I'm not saying this is, but I will say that it will be worth it, and the results on the other end will be tremendous. So I don't work with everybody. I don't want to work with the quick fix gym owner that has spending his time looking for the magic bullet and the smoke and mirrors. It's just not the type of people that I work with. There's a testimony from George McGuire, his best month ever after the surge. So here's the curriculum. This is what we'll be covering over the course of the 6 weeks. One will be just going over the foundation. The program starts on February 1st. So we're going to the foundations, and this is how to select the right clients for maximum profit. So we're talking about who your client is and really crystallizing, do you understand and know everything about that person that you need to know? Most gym owners don't. How to build irresistible offers that get people to buy, how to communicate how you're different from your competition, and how to build a marketing calendar, which is a very, very important thing to have. Video seminar 2 is all about lead conversion, how to install a system that gets leads to actually show up to the door. That'll be on Tuesday, February 8th. Each session is on Tuesday. So how to close more high-end sales with a consultative selling process, and how to find the money map. I'm very excited to share that with you because it's going to be fun. Video seminar 3 is building your referral machine. This will be on Tuesday, February 15th. I'm going to give you my 4-part referral generation system, how to build a system to reward referrals, meaning what you do to reward people for referrals, and then the power of something called omnipresence, which is a very, very important thing to understand and know when you're dealing with referral marketing. Session 4 is money making email mastery, how to write subject lines that jack up open rates, how to write emails that make people buy, and how to build your email list. Remember, I talked about how important of an asset your email list actually is. The last one, or the 5th one, is mastering digital marketing. So this is Facebook, this is Google, this is websites, everything to do with mastering digital marketing. So you have that. I really look at, there's different forms of marketing, right? And digital is one piece of it. Your presence on Facebook, your presence on your website, your presence on Google is a piece of it. And then you have another piece of it that's driving referrals, and you have another piece of it that's more community. And each of it are these little puzzle pieces that you want to put together. Video seminar 6, I'm going to talk about your prices. Right, this is where you're going to make the most money, is when you can change your pricing strategy. This one module alone has helped people double and triple their revenue because of just a better pricing strategy. I'll give you the formula of how to raise your prices. We'll talk about how to increase the average value per member. You know, think of if the average value per member right now is $2,000. Think of what your business would be like if each it was 3,000 or 4,000 or 5,000. So we'll teach you the pricing strategy and the systems to do that. And then we'll teach you how to maximize revenue with back-end sales, meaning what else are you selling to your members? And I'll teach you a mindset. Well, actually, I'll tell you this mindset. I teach this mindset in module 6, and it's a mindset I just used recently with my guy that runs my sports performance program. And he came to me and he said, "Hey, Vince, I want to paint the room, and I want to paint it black and put the Grit logo on there. And I want to buy some new equipment." And he's like, "It's going to be about $8,000. I was like, "All right, perfect." So when you're thinking about pricing, you're thinking about maximizing revenue, not just getting money from new clients. I told him, I was like, "Okay, we're going to do the paint. We're going to do everything. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to use it from all the money from other people." It's a concept called send the bill to the herd. And what I told him to do is, he's like, "Hey, Mike, we got 112 people in the program right now. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to go and I want you to send one email out, and I want you to say, hey, we're opening up 20 spots in a speed camp. It's once a week on Sundays, and we're focusing just on speed and agility. It's only open to people in the current program that we're at, and it's once a week. It'll be a specialty item, okay? And it's $400. It's $400. It was like 10 sessions or something like that, so $40 a session, right? So one email later, actually, I think he sent 2 emails and maybe a text message. He did a little more than one email. We sold 20 spots at $400 a month. Okay, 400. Sorry, not 400 a month, but $400. And there's your $8,000, right? And so this is your pricing, understanding and knowing how do you maximize revenue with something like back-end sales. Well, how do you maximize revenue with the people you got? So it's not just maximizing revenue with new people, but it's like, do you have 100 people paying you money right now? And how can you make more money from the people that you currently got? Those are the types of things we're going to go over in video seminar 6. You're going to get my holiday gift card referral system. This is one of the most powerful referral systems that's ever been used on the planet. Joe Riggio from Varsity Ocean brought in 57 trials and converted 24 of them and equated to 5,400 something in recurring revenue from this system alone. This system alone generated that amount of money. Pretty incredible. This is, hold on. This is another testimonial from a guy that used the holiday gift card. He, you can see a circle above, 3,306 in recurring revenue just from that gift card system. All right, so not bad. I'm going to give you my access to my 101 ways to get new clients. You'll never be out of ideas to get new clients. I'm going to give you a video on joint ventures that is the most watched video of anything I've ever put out. Joe Hashi, who's my head business coach, did a presentation on joint ventures, and it was unbelievable. The most game-changing presentation. Watching this one video and presentation, I think it's like 3 hours or something like that. It's it will give you everything you need to know to create great relationships in your community and make money. From that, I'm going to also give you access to a product called 9 Cash Flow Surge Ideas. These are my best ideas to help drive cash flow immediately. So if you need cash right now, this is something you'll want to use. And I'm going to send you in the mail a black box of secret money making stuff. So I'm going to send you some books and tools and resources in this cool package. And so when you join us in the Surge, you'll be getting mail. It'll be a very exciting day to get this box in the mail. One idea from Brandon Kelly turned into $4,000 a month in recurring revenue. The investment for the program is $5,000, and they told me to price it at this because each module could easily sold for $1,000 plus. If you add all the bonuses in, this is kind of the investment. But since you guys are here on the webinar today, I put together a special deal for you guys. There's two ways you can pay. One is 3 monthly payments of $797, and option 2 is one payment of $1,997. So 3 payments of $797 and one payment of $1,997. We got 5 spots available today. There are a boatload of people on this webinar, so be one of the first 5. Here's a testimony from Kyle. He was about to close his doors. I remember the message I got from him. He's like, dude, I'm in a really bad spot and this is really challenging right now. I don't think I can afford this. I don't think I can do this. And, everything in his business and life turned around after he did the search. And here's the way to look at it too. If you think about this and you think about the amount of money that this program is, but if you really look at it like I was talking before, that vending machine example, the marketing mindset, you only need one client to make this thing a success, right? So if you get one client from this program and let's say you're charging $200 a month, and on average they stay for 12 months, well, that's $2,400. All right, you can buy the program today for $1,999 or whatever, $1,997, right? So it's less. So think about it. You're investing this amount of money for a marketing mastery skill for life, and you can make your money back with one client. I mean, that seems like a decent idea for me. And this is the mindset that I'm teaching Mastermind. This is the mindset I'm teaching CEO, is an investment mindset. It's an investment mindset. And almost like looking at the decisions you're making throughout your day. And it's like, do I want to invest in something like this? Because that's essentially what this is. I have a gym owner guarantee. All right. If you don't get value from this program and you finish module 2 and you're like, Vince is a stupid ass and he talks with the Jersey accent too much and the content stinks. If you get to the end of module 2 and you still feel that way, I'll fully refund every penny. No questions asked. So there's really no risk today. All right. If you join us today, if you're one of the 5 that join us today, you still have a chance to get every penny back if you go through the first 2 modules and you're like, this is not what I wanted to do. So there's the guarantee. Now, I think there's some more giddy ups. Now, I got some bonuses for you guys if you want to sign up before the webinar ends. So you have to sign up on the webinar. We'll give you the link in a second. But in order to get these 5 bonuses, you have to sign up while we're on the webinar, okay? You still can sign up, but if you want to get these bonuses that I'm about to unpack, you need to sign up. Now, I think it says 5 bonuses here. There's more, actually. I think I have 7 or something like that. So bonus 1 is my marketing instruction manual. This is the book that I give to my marketing person when I say, here, take this book. This is exactly what you need to market this business. Okay, so I'm going to give you the exact expectations, standards, and exactly how to do the job of marketing successfully. You can take this book and you can implement it into your business. And there's boatloads of tools and resources in this thing, but it's almost like the secret treasure map for you. Bonus number 2 is you're going to get the exact marketing calendar that I use for my gym and the exact marketing calendar template that I use for all of my mastermind members. Bonus number 3, I'm going to give you access to all the funnels for my ultimate giveaway system. You've heard me talk about the sweepstakes. You've heard that that's my biggest game-changing idea that I've ever had. The first time we did it, generated 400 leads. It generated $200,000 in extra revenue the year I ran it first. It is literally the best marketing idea that you could implement. I'm going to give you the entire system that's loaded in the program. Bonus number 4, I'm going to give you an email swipe file that is basically the money-making emails that I use. I take 20 of my best ones that have made the most money. We put them in a file for you. Bonus number 5, I'm going to give you a guest pass to my next live mastermind, which is on March 11th and 12th. So you can join the SPF Mastermind live for 2 days. It's a live seminar in person. It's in New Jersey. We'll set up, roll out the red carpet for you. But if you're a buyer of Surge today, on this webinar, before I end the webinar, you'll be able to come to this 2-day seminar and be a guest and see all the great stuff that we're doing. The event we have coming up is incredible. It's one of the most events that I'm planning out that I'm most excited about. It's going to be talking about authority muscle building, and really it's called How to Be the Ultimate Authority in Your Community, where you are thought of as the best gym in your area and in your community. And I'm going to teach you exactly how to do it. That's the main theme of the meeting. So you'll get a guest pass to my next live mastermind on March 11th and 12th in New Jersey. That's a live event and a live seminar. These are just some mastermind members that have had success. So this is kind of the type of people that you'll be working with and joining. Connor Flahav just opened up his second location. Anthony Theostis is up 34%. Giancarlo from Philly opened up 2 small group training gyms during the pandemic. George McGuire doubled his revenue. Brian Sippets opened up his second location. Devin Gage breaking 70K months. Actually, Devin Gage just hit 100K month. Kyle Newell opened a second location. Joe Hashi purchased his dream home. Joe Riggio and Dan Goodman opened a second location. Oliver left his sublease. So this is all the stories that are going on in the SPF Mastermind. And these are the types of people that you'll be hanging out with for the weekend when you come in. Bonus number 6, you're going to get a VIP day with me and my team. So we'll probably structure this maybe before the mastermind. So you come out, you can knock out all 3, but you're going to get to spend the day with me and my team at Gabriel Fitness. So you can I think you'll spend the morning with me and then the afternoon with my team, but you'll be a fly on the wall of my gym. You'll be able to see the action, watch my trainers train. We'll kind of give you access behind the curtain. You go, oh, here it is. You get a half day of masterminding and lunch with me. You'll get a meeting with my general manager, who I've instructed to be a completely open book. You can watch the action of what's going on and steal our winning ideas. We do these VIP days, and we normally charge, I think, to spend the day with us right now, it's about $5,000 just for this VIP day, if you were to do one of these things. So here is, actually, there was one more in here. Oh, bonus number 7, a website audit. We're going to get the resident tech. We're going to do a full-blown website. So we'll take a look at your website. We'll tell you where it's busted, tell you where it's broken, and hopefully the tech nerd can, well, not hopefully, the tech nerd will give you advice on how to start amping up your website, which is be a very important thing. So as I said, you guys need 1 new client to do it. I think, Will, have we put the link into the chat yet?
Yeah, and actually a few have already purchased.
Okay.
So I think there's a few spots, 2 spots left, actually.
2. Okay, so we got 2 spots left. There's still a boatload of people on this call. Okay, cool. So here's some questions. And this is, I train out of my garage. Would the Surge be good for me? Here's the thing. Remember I showed you guys the picture of the 5 different facilities I had, right? Well, the number one thing I wish I had when I was training in my mom's basement, when I was training kids on fields, when I was renting space at a local gym, the number one skill I wish I had was marketing. The number one, because I didn't know, I was just running around training people, but I had no idea how to get new clients. And that's what kept me there longer than I should have been. I should have been, exploding and busting at the seams, but I didn't understand how to know how to get new customers. So absolutely, this is where to start. you start with understanding marketing. You start with understanding sales because, hey, would you rather start your business at the right price, or would you rather wait until you realize, oh man, I've been charging too little money for the last 4 years and I should have been charging a lot more. Think of all the money that you leave on the table with something like that. Okay. So absolutely. I'm going to get to all the questions because I know there's more into the chat here. So here's the recap. You're going to get lifetime access to all the modules. You're going to get the marketing calendar template, the marketing instruction manual, the sweepstakes funnel, the email swipe file, the free ticket to the SPF mastermind, the VIP day, the website audit, and I think the partridge in a pear tree. The web investment is option 1. The link is in the chat. Just go ahead and type the link, or just click that link into the chat. It'll take you right there to the page. It's 3 payments of $797 or 1 payment of $1,999. There's 5 spots available. I think Will said we have 2 left. I know. Okay, this is what I want to show you. So when you go to the page, if you click the buy now button, this is kind of what it will take you to. So if you see this top left part, so click the link in the chat for the Surge, click the buy now button, and fill out your contact information. So you have step 1 is fill your contact. Step 2 is your billing address. And then down on the bottom, it will you can check which one to do, whether that's pay in full or the 3 pay. And then you put your credit card info and then push complete order. And that will give us the signal for you to join us. When you join, we'll probably reach out to you on Monday because of the weekend, and we'll make sure you're all set. Remember, the program doesn't start till February 1st, and this is a live program. But I'm going to get on the have Megan, my assistant. She'll get on the phone with you and she'll do a call with you, and she'll make sure you're in the Facebook group. She'll make sure you know how to get access to everything and how to work with us. But we're a very customer centric, service heavy business. So any questions you have, don't think like you're going to buy this and you're never going to hear from me again or hear from my staff again. No, this is like the start. This is where you start with me. So if you've been following my podcast, if you've been reading my books, right, and you've been consuming my emails, this is where you start. Right, the 6-week new client surge is where it has been the birth of many, many successful gym owners that started with this program. So if you're like interested in dipping your toe in the water of a program like this, this is where you would start with me. Maybe you're not. Maybe I'll be honest. The mastermind is a big investment. It's a big investment in money and time. It's a 12-month commitment. Maybe some of you are not ready to make that kind of a commitment. Well, this is probably where you would definitely start. Here's a couple testimonials, a no BS and legit investment. I take pride in that, right? I take pride in that people can say that there's no bullshit, because there's a lot of bullshit out there. There is a lot of bullshit, and there's a lot of times we bought things that wasn't a legit investment. So these kinds of testimonials are very important. Drew Massey runs Game Time Sports, worth every penny. One of the best investments we made last year, worth every penny and then some. These are all people that have done the program. Brian said, it's all this damn free time and extra money. I decided to spend it with the family. That's him wearing his SPF shirt. There. Here's the recap again. I think we had more testimonials. Oh, here's a couple more. I've been in Cape Cod all week and my gym is running without me. I have a sense of freedom I haven't experienced since before I started my business 3 years ago. I still have a long way to go. There's Ryan Dilgan, best time of my life, material for you. There's him posing with his SPF shirt on vacation. I think there was a couple more. I think that was it. So here's the recap again. Remember, in order to get the bonuses, you need to buy on the webinar before I end and head off to my massage. Lifetime access to all 6 modules, the marketing calendar template, marketing instruction manual, sweepstakes funnel, email swipe file, free ticket to the mastermind, VIP day, website audit, and a partridge in that pear tree again. Here's the link. Freedom lies ahead. So remember, just to recap the goals of the Surge. The goals I have here are to help you increase your business by 50 to 250%. That's the results that we've seen, 50 to 250% in the next 12 months. Install a predictable, reliable marketing system into your business, and to give you full control and certainty over the most important part of your business, which is your marketing. Okay. So those are the goals. This is our goals. We want to install this system